Hi there, I'm Java Jim with First Line Equipment, and today we're going to go over a few things with the Bianca double boiler PID espresso machine when it relates to ESE pods, which stands for Easy Serving Espresso Pods. Now, the aficionados for espresso will say, why do I want to use an espresso pod on such a great espresso machine? And the reason is because you may be serving decaf. You may need to use decaf pods for that once in a while guest who comes over your house or into the office that wants decaf espresso. And the beauty about the Bianca, and this has come out after the fact that I've learned, because one thing that we always did was have this red portafilter at First Line, which has a pod basket here that you can use on an E61 group head where the lips are here, and basically you have an adjustment spout here to increase or decrease pressure. However, when you get espresso pods, and these are from Michele Adoro, these are actually not the decaf, what'll happen is with a lot of other roasters, when you open the package, and just to show you, this is a single serve pod, and this basket portafilter only works with single serve ESE pods. You have a paper filter with pre-ground coffee, and it's pretty much packed in nitrogen packaging to keep it as fresh as possible. And there's still some aroma coming out of the grinds here. Now, the biggest problem that I found, even with this portafilter where you can adjust the pressure, is the grind quality in this ESE pod. And what do I mean by grind quality? So every once in a while, we get customers who buy the pods all the time, but every once in a while, the grind is too fine and the coffee's coming out too slow. Or the grind is too coarse and the coffee, or as we all know, espresso, is coming out way too fast. Here comes in Bianca, and we're going to show you right now how to adjust the paddle with this specialized handle to make better espresso regardless of the grind quality, too coarse or too fine. So let's get started. So we're going to start with a nice hot portafilter and get the pod ready. Get the flap over, insert, lock it into place. We're going to go full open on the paddle, preheated shot glass, and we're going to start, and you're going to see a lot of flow. We have a regulation of about 6 bar of pressure, close to 7, going almost to 8. And if you look, the shot's coming out super fast for a single pod, and we're done in 17 seconds. And the crema is always light on this handle, but it does a good job where you don't have to change the dispersion screen for a pod. So the taste is actually not that bad, but the crema is very light, and we're getting some of that layering effect that's going on there. Shot glasses from SCA. These are actually the older ones from SCAA. And we'll pour that out. Get the pod out. Okay, and the problem with pods on regular baskets is the water goes around the pod. So this kind of falls into place where the water is actually forced through the coffee grinds. And then we're going to get another pod. Insert that. Let's rinse the shot glass a little bit. Now some people may ask, why is steam coming out with the hot water out of the hot water tap? It's actually steam pressure that pushes out the hot water from the bottom of the steam boiler. So that's why you will get steam, and for sanitary reasons you actually do want some steam to come out. Most people think, hey, I can use the steam or the water wand for tea and cappuccino. The original design was actually to clean the portafilter, and we've already left this pod in here too long, so let's get another one out. Insert into the slot. lock it in, shot glass, and we're going to open. The machine's set for a 5-second pre-infusion. And the pressure is going up, but I am going to regulate the water flow to slow it down so I can get a close to 27-second shot. And we're at 27 seconds. Crema is still the same, but the grind is a little coarse for the machine, so the Bianca paddle actually helps you regulate the flow on these pods. And again, the grind quality changes from coarse to fine, and really the reason why it changes is because when these roasters grind the coffee, when they just change the burrs, it comes out finer, and over time those burrs dull and the ground espresso coffee comes out coarser. So this is one of the reasons that this paddle really helps out on the Bianca to make your decaf espresso pods. Unless you want to use pods all the time, that's fine, but for decaf pods, I found this to be very, very good. And I do like freshly ground espresso, not so much pods, but let's see how this tastes. It's very sweet and mild, which is also a result of the paddle. It is acceptable. It's not a sink shot, of course, but something that I would drink if pods were only available coming from the Bianca, not always from other machines that have an E61, but something that is worthwhile mentioning, especially if you're entertaining and you have guests over and you need to serve decaf. I would rather actually use the pods than have pre-ground coffee, because most people don't know, freshly roasted beans, optimal flavor, 7 days after roast, up to about 14. I have a very strict guideline. For pre-ground coffee, it's basically 7 minutes from the time you grind the beans or open the package. You have 7 minutes before you lose the flavor profile in most cases. So we hopefully you enjoyed this video here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe on the side here. Wait for our next video also that's coming up, and also give us a thumbs up down below. And if you have any other questions, please give me a call or ask down below. Thank you for watching and have a great day.